Welcome to the highlights of the World Cup match between South Africa and Pakistan at the Gabba. Points vital for these two teams. They're struggling down in the bottom part of the competition, and New Zealand are on top with 8. We'll show you the points table in a moment, but first the teams. The Pakistan side, Amir Sohail and Inzamam-ul-Haq will be opening. Imran is skipper, but they've lost Javed Miandad. He's away ill, can't play today, and that is a real blow. Salim Malik, Ijaz Ahmed, Zahid Fazal, then Wasim Akram, the left-arm pace bowler and all-rounder, Moin Khan, Iqbal Sikandar, Mushtaq Ahmed, Aqib Javed, and Wasim Haidar, who's played pretty well in one or two games we've seen. He is 12th man. And the South African side, led by Kepler Wessels, Andrew Hudson will open with Wessels, then Mark Rushmere, Hansie Cronje, Adrian Caper, Jonty Rhodes, Brian McMillan, David Richardson, the keeper, Richard Snell, Merrick Pringle, who bowled so well in New Zealand the other day, Alan Donald, and Omar Henry is the 12th man. Now, the points table in the Benson Hedges World Cup of 1992, as I mentioned, New Zealand on top with 8. Then there's England, India and Sri Lanka with them in the top 4. Then suddenly you come across South Africa, West Indies, Australia and Pakistan, and South Africa have 4 points and Pakistan just 3, and they meet here at the Gabba today. Well, Imran Khan won the toss, decided that he would field first, give South Africa first go with the bat. We join it now in the first over. Wasim Akram is the bowler, and he is bowling to Andrew Hudson.
That's a good shot. Short delivery, nicely played too by Hudson. So South Africa off with a boundary. Watch this delivery, very, very short. He got onto it well.
Yes, Wasim Akram struggling for line and length in this tournament so far. He's far too short and was wide, and Donald just waited for that. And looks like a good pitch, nice even bounce, and placed it beautifully. There's a widey scully, a point and a slip in for Wasim Akram, but he needs to get the ball up and get the ball to swing into the right-hander.
Oh, good shot again. That's into the fence at third man.
Well, that's what's needed in the first 15 overs. A batsman is capable of playing shots while the field is up. It was a very good shot by Hudson there, just rocking onto the back foot, and he timed that to perfection.
Thick edge, that could get to the boundary. The third man very, very square there. I'm not too sure that that's a very good idea. That boundary gets longer as it goes a bit squarer, and that one flying away quite fine. So that's his third boundary.
Yes, he's doing the job, Andrew Hudson. He's trying to put bat on ball. Plenty bat on that one. He seems to be timing the ball well. The previous stroke to cover was nicely timed. Well, he's away to a good start. Hasn't had a lot of the strike either. He needs to keep going here to try and find the boundaries while the field is up.
Good shot into the gap as well. Hudson taking the initiative here for South Africa. That's his 4th boundary.
That was a superb back foot shot, driving off the back foot. You don't see many better shots than that. He rocks forward and then back, placed it superbly. Super shot that. Hudson moves to 17 with 4 fours. Great stuff for South Africa.
Drive it again. It's in the air, and will it be caught just out of the reach of the fieldsman? Running back there, and Wessels comes back for the second. So perhaps he's recognised now that he's got to go for it, and he's going to go for Aqib Javed. It wasn't quite middled. Had it been middled, it would have been a great shot. The idea was right.
Yes, it wasn't quite short enough, but at least it was a positive stroke. Got it over the circle, away from square leg and mid-wicket. That throws the challenge back to the bowler.
He's 34 years of age now. That strike rate of 59.1. In all one-day internationals he's played. Of course, most of those matches played for Australia. Oh, that's out. Caught behind. Surely a Hugh. Oh, that's got to be out. And quite right. Wessels not moving. Leave it to the umpire. The umpire took his time, and as a result was able to rectify that situation, and up went his finger.
Yes, I like the style of umpire Steve Buckner. He makes the batsman look at him. Wessels knew he got a nick on that one, but he held his ground, waiting to see what the decision was. He didn't really look up at the umpire, but he eventually had to, and umpire Buckner was waiting for him. It's a good day, Mr. Wessels. He's out, and it's 1 for 31. Rushmere, the new batsman, just playing his third international. Mark Rushmere, 27 years of age.
Iqbal Sikandar, right arm leg spin bowler from the Vulture Street end. That's too full. Hudson able to take full toll with some good placement. It's the first boundary for 6 overs to South Africa. They are 1 for 39. Imran Khan, the Pakistan captain, coming on from the Stanley Street end. It's a very good shot there by Andrew Hudson. That's another boundary, and they have been few and far between. He's had 5 of them, though. Started with 2 boundaries in the first over. Since then, it's been a little bit more difficult to penetrate the field.
Yes, Andrew Hudson getting a short pitch delivery there from Imran, and Imran's must learn from Wasim Akram that that's no place to bowl to Hudson, who smashed 2 in the first over through the offside, and Hudson really clips him away there for 4.
Again, he's penetrated the offside field. It's a short boundary and fairly quick down the hill onto the practice wickets. So 2 boundaries from the over as South Africa start to pick up some momentum. 1 for 47 after 13. Tries to get one away on the leg side there. Short delivery from Imran Khan. Hudson doesn't time it as well as he would have liked. Ijaz, the left armour, does the fielding.
Yes, there's the wagon wheel combined one, and you can see how prolific he has been in scoring outside the off stump. Mind you, the Pakistanis have bowled short outside the off.
That's a nice stroke. Rushmere, the batsman, and he has hit his second boundary. Beautifully timed, and his footwork was excellent.
So far, Rushmere has looked as though leg spin is a bit of a mystery to him, but on that occasion, he really did get to the pitch of it nicely, hit it on the half volley, and placed it away past the short cover fielder.
Ijaz Ahmed is the bowler. That's a splendid stroke. Andrew Hudson, the batsman, beautifully timed, and once again good footwork. It's 1 for 77. That's a cracking stroke. It wasn't all that bad a delivery. It was just short of a good length. And Rushmere has got himself into position for a glorious stroke.
Beautifully hit off the back foot.
And you take the single there, but it gives Andrew Hudson his half-century here at the Gabba. Good performance. It's pushed South Africa along into a strong position, slightly before the halfway mark.
Yes, he started very well. 2 boundaries off the first over from the bowling of Wasim Akram. He's hit 8 in all, and he's showed himself to be a good back foot player. Very strong on the cut. Also hit a couple of good shots through the covers.
1 for 91. Nice placement again. They'll get 2 here.
Salim Malik is the fieldsman out there on the cover boundary. Fairly accurate throw from the outfield as we have a a tropical sun shower passing across the Gabba.
Frustration for Imran and his side. Out. Quarter mid wicket. Ijaz the fieldsman.
That was the wicket that South Africa didn't really want to lose. Hudson has been there from the start. 54 he's made. Just tried to hit Imran Khan on the up, on the leg side. Perhaps could have gone through with it a bit more. He just flicked it in the air. Looped quite easily to Ijaz. Imran's very happy with that. That's a good breakthrough for Pakistan. South Africa now 2 for 98.
Adrian Caper, the new batsman. Career average of 34. And that strike rate of his very high. He has a reputation for being a big hitter. Plays for Derbyshire in the county championship. Got his fieldsman saving one. The exception of that area there. He's got the offside pretty well covered. The sweeper's back. That brings up the 100. .162 balls. It's going to be Imran. 1 for 27. He's done well, actually. That's straight up in the air. This will be out. There are 3 of them going for it. There could be a collision here. No, there's not. Good catch.
Adrian Caper trying to go over the onside. Only managed to get the ball straight up in the air. Any number of fieldsmen could have caught it. Moin Khan in the end called for the catch. He was very nearly beaten by the flight of the ball at the end. Ball starting to drift back towards the bowler. At the last minute he's had to take a dive. Finished up turning it into a classic catch, one which pleased the Pakistan fielders and the Pakistan captain. Not so Adrian Caper. 3 for 110.
New batsman is Rhodes. Jonty Rhodes. Oh, he's trying to pull that one straight away. That was his first delivery. That's hit the inside of the back leg. And those do hurt.
Just a quick stock take of the damage.
Let's hit him right. He doesn't want it. Mushtaq. He's going to be bowling.
That's out.
Right to the fieldsman. So once again, the South Africans, having got off to a good start, spoiling it all by committing what is tantamount to suicide. The ball going straight to mid-wicket there. And so it's the end of yet another South African, and their score now moves on to 3 down for 111. So Hansi Cronje, 22 years of age.
That's a fine shot, well placed, finds the gap, that'll go all the way. That's what was needed. The first boundary for 13 overs. It's 4 for 127. Imran Khan is a very confident captain. He really has confidence in his players. He's bringing back Sikander, the top spinner or leg spin bowler from the members' end. That's close.
That was very similar to the appeal that didn't work a little earlier, but once again that looked absolutely plumb. Steve Buckner, the umpire, and success for Iqbal Sikander.
Yes, it seemed to be a top decision. He's bowling top spinners. There's a pitch in line that pitches, and that would have taken middle stump. Good decision. He was forward. Doesn't matter. The ball wasn't bouncing. It was skidding on. And umpire Buckner correctly adjudged him LBW. That's a vital breakthrough for Pakistan. Rhodes out for 5 for 127. Brian McMillan comes in, and South Africa in trouble here.
Well, most of the balls, while the rain's been around, been going through pretty straight. Certainly some spin from the leg there.
Yeah.
There's a man at deep back point, and he fumbles that. He has any brains, he won't catch the eye of the Pakistan captain.
And it was an unbelievable miss there. The bowlers are doing a great job, and it was a nice shot. He had that covered all the way. He didn't stoop properly. A professional cricketer went through his legs, and for 4.
It's a good save by Moin Khan. Wide is called by umpire Bucknor.
This one swinging down the leg side, and with him coming round the wicket, that certainly doesn't help that in-swing. It just exaggerates the whole thing. And Moin Khan did well to actually stop that from being 4 byes or 4 wides.
Swing there for Wasim Akram.
Wasim Akram there jumped to thinking the ball was going to hit the stumps, missed, and hit him straight on the knee, which I'm sure in the middle of his spell here he won't have appreciated that too much. Yeah, the throw comes in thinking it was going to hit the stumps, and it missed.
And out there. Oh, and that should have been caught. It's gone straight through his hands. Sahel is the in fact, it's Inzamam out there at mid-wicket, and that really should have been caught. Bad miss.
Here's Hansi Cronje looking to attack the bowling, pulls one over mid-wicket, and Inzamam in front of the boundary. Wasn't too sure, I don't think, where the boundary was.
No ball called by umpire Bucknor. Ijaz has made the blue, and they get an extra run. And this sort of fielding must be driving Imran mad.
Yes, Imran's not very happy. They've had a lot of misfields, and the fielding has been very casual. And as a result, the South Africans have capitalised on a number of extra runs today. Very, very casual that. And there's an extra run. Imran not at all happy about this performance in the field.
In on, and it clears Imran. That's pretty well hit by Cronje. Certainly much more comfortable against the pace than he is against leg spin.
Yes, Hansi Cronje doesn't have many opportunities of facing spin, and in it, there hitting it over mid-on. Is Hansi Cronje just starting to use his feet and improvise, make it a bit more difficult for the Pakistani bowlers, and it's paying dividends.
Ijaz. So it's all falling apart for Pakistan. Unravelling is probably the best term.
Imran there not at all happy about these extra runs Pakistan is giving South Africa. There you go, throw. There's no one there to back it up, and 2 more runs added on to that single.
Bowled him. Well, he's getting a little frustrated there, and Wasim Akram consistently aiming at that leg stump, certainly angling the ball in, and that one hit the base of the stumps.
Wasim Akram is about the best bowler to tail-enders in world cricket, and whilst he hasn't been bowling particularly well so far in this series, he hasn't lost the ability to bowl the in-swinging Yorker to the tail-ender, and there it is into the base of the stumps. McMillan is on his way for 33. And South Africa now 6 for 198.
David Richardson. This is this magnificent delivery from Akram, swinging in, hitting the base of the stumps. If you're going way backwards, try and hit that over extra cover. Not much chance, and another one, but no ball called.
So Akram still having his troubles now with the front line, overstepping the mark. Really, he's looked much better trying to bowl the ball at a full length. We wonder if he doesn't do that with the new ball at the start of the innings, just run up and try and bowl the big in-swinging Yorker.
In the air, this could be out, but no ball called. Coming back for the second, the fieldsman hasn't heard the no ball called.
So a comedy of errors there. Mushtaq, the bowler's been hit on the head now by the ball being thrown in. It's a real comedy of errors here. The first comedy of errors that he wasn't watching.
Yes, the ball was just underarm to him. Actually, it wasn't thrown all that hard. It was just underarm to him. But it hit him smack on the forehead. It gave him the shock of his life. It's bad enough having to bowl. The ball hit way down towards mid-off, and it's given him a bit of a headache.
He's decided that's enough for one day. I'm going inside. South Africa were looking for a total of around 220 to 230 before the start of the game. They're not going to get that far unless something magnificent happens right at the end. Richardson doesn't look like the striker who's going to do it, so it's going to be more like about 215 is the best they can hope for.
Oh, he's bowled him. Well, that swung the other way. But I don't think there was ever any occasion that Dave Richardson looked as if he was going to be a real threat to Pakistan. Certainly not while the ball was swinging around from around the wicket there. So a good bowl, this one, good delivery.
He didn't have a clue which way they were going, and he was certainly no danger while he had the bat in his hand. South Africa 7 for 207.
Richard Schnell is the new batsman. He's from the Transvaal. And they have to put some pressure on the fieldsmen here. Are they coming back? Yes, they are. Will it be out? No, so comfortably coming back for the second.
So the Pakistan fielding has been fairly ordinary today. They've misfielded a lot, fumbled. Throwing's been pretty average. They've taken most of the catches, though.
Straight to extra cover there, so just one, and that's the end of the South African innings.
Well, that wasn't quite what South Africa would have wanted, but they were materially assisted there by some very, very sloppy Pakistan fielding. It got them up to 7 for 211. 212 for Pakistan to win. Andrew Hudson made 54. Wessels out for 7. Mark Rushmere 35. And the other two decent scores were Hansie Cronje, who finished with 47 not out, and 33 for Brian McMillan. 7 for 211. There were a number of wides and no balls in the bowling figures for Pakistan. Wasim Akram finished with 2 for 42, but he was very much astray early on. Aqib Javed 1 for 36. 2 wickets for Imran, who bowled cleverly. And the two leg spinners, Iqbal Sikandar 1 for 30. And Mushtaq Ahmed 1 for 35 did very well indeed. So 212 to win for Pakistan. It's not easy, but it's certainly within their capabilities, even without Javed Miandad.
That's going to be 4 wides. Racing down to fine leg. A bad start, bad ball.
Alan Donald is quite quick. On this occasion, very inaccurate. Richardson had no hope there. He's dived very wide. The width and the pace was too great for him.
And this man, Sohail. Well, Pakistan doing very well in this World Cup. The first boundary off the bat, just when it was needed after a maiden over.
Sohail got himself into trouble early in the over, looking to hit Pringle away on the leg side. Pringle this time gives him a little bit of width on the offside. He's given it the full face of the bat and the full flow of the bat. And the short boundary there at cover. No trouble getting it through.
Yes, the Pakistan out cricket is not brilliant. The fielding was, well, it reached the point of being horrible in the end. And their running between wickets is, well, if it's passable, it's only just passable. They don't, they certainly don't pick up any extra runs running between wickets, and they cost themselves a few in the field.
They certainly miss Javed Miandad. Just over the top. Hudson the man. And into the fence it goes. And Hudson no chance of getting to that one. Right off the meat of the bat. That's his first boundary.
Yes, that was nicely timed. Ball was there for the taking, but you do have to make sure you get the elevation. It's amazing how many times batsmen will get caught in the early overs by that man just behind square leg, lurking on the edge of the circle. But he got the elevation there with some good timing.
And Macmillan is now being brought into the attack. Over the top. It's his second boundary.
He's well up there on the list of boundary hitters in the World Cup, Amir Sohail. Once again, it's that man around the square leg umpire position that was almost in the game. You need to get a bit of elevation if you're going to flick the ball off your toes in the air. So far, the Pakistan openers have been able to clear that fieldsman.
Oh, that he meant to go on the leg side. It just held its line a little bit and ended up going way down to third man.
Well, he got the elevation on the other side of the wicket this time, but it was certainly an unintentional shot. It was supposed to go over square leg once again and finished up clearing Adrian Caper in the gully.
Oh, and here overthrows two. We'll have to settle for just two there. That's the 50 partnership. 84 balls for the 50 partnership.
Well, the fieldsman Adrian Caper did the right thing in firing at the stumps, because there was a good chance he was going to get a run out if he'd hit. Unfortunately, the fielders weren't backing up in the correct position.
Hold him. Well, what a shot that was. Everything going along beautifully for Pakistan. That was pitched around about middle stump, and he tried to hoik it away down towards square leg. And unfortunately, it went straight past the outside edge of, or the inside edge of his bat, and hit the off stump. So Pakistan now 1 for 50. Inzamam-ul-Haq.
But this is the wicket South Africa so desperately needed. A very odd stroke considering they were going along in pretty good style, but it's the one South Africa wanted. And that's the second one they wanted. It's rather an awkward catch momentarily for the keeper, and here's Clive Rice.
Yes, Richie, the change of commentary and change of wickets, and South Africa's fortunes out there. Yeah, Brian McMillan gets the outside edge. Richardson takes it extremely low down, and suddenly Pakistan have now got two batsmen that have got to get off the mark at the crease. That was an ideal situation. 2 for 50.
Imran Khan is the new batsman for Pakistan. That's a good shot for 4. Needed Imran or Inzamam to break the shackles here in this 20th over.
Yes, Richard Snell dropping it short there to Imran, and that's no place to bowl to Imi. He's very competent at hitting it backward of point, as are most top order batsmen, and he cashed in there.
That's a beautiful stroke. I think Imran has cast an eye to the heavens, seeing that the rain is about to come, needs to get what he can, because that formula will change with the reduced number of overs.
Yes, Imran on the full attack here now.
And he got 4 for that. As the rain starts to, well, I won't say belt down, but it's only seconds away from belting down. And I reckon they'll come off. It's coming down very heavily. Imran is saying that he's quite happy to stay out there.
Now they're coming off. The conditions are ridiculous, and only thing is the pitch will get wet. Imran very unhappy there. He realizes the situation Pakistan are in.
Heavy rain came to the Gabba at 3:18 when Pakistan were 2 for 74 off 21.3 overs. An hour's play was lost, and the target for Pakistan was reduced to 194 off just 36 overs. They needed 120 runs from 87 balls when play resumed.
It's got hold of that one. That's beautifully played. That's 4.
I think Kepler Vessels might have to be a bit careful here. There's Imran picking it up again, this time waiting in his crease and crashing it away over square leg. 4 runs.
He's hit that beautifully. My word, it's a fine shot. 50-run partnership in 71 balls comes up as Pakistan charge towards the 194 needed.
Yes, Inzamam and really picks up this full P, hits it to backward a square on the leg side, uses the pace of the ball and races away over this wet outfield for 4.
Ijaz is very capable. Wasn't Akram a big hitter of the ball, so they've got a bit of depth there and some strike power as well. Oh, he's hit that superbly. Fieldsman can't get it. Superb stroke.
Pakistan here, the crowd's happy. Pakistan flag going in the crowd there. And this ball just outside the off stump. And he just picks it up from outside the off and hits it brilliantly into the vacant mid-wicket area. 4 runs.
Oh, that's a tremendous shot. He's a nice hitter of the ball. Inzamam, and really doesn't do much, but they fly off the bat.
He's a big fella, Inzamam. As you can see here, he just waits on the ball. Just gives it a little uppercut, knowing full well that it will skid once it lands on the grass. He's hit it in the middle of the bat. As Ian said, very good striker of the ball.
There's a chance here for the keeper. Third man will get there. And he's dropped it. Just in the fingertips, Richard Snell, but he couldn't hang on to it.
Every chance needs to be taken here. There's a fair bit of tension in the game. Some nervous players in the dressing room from both sides. Inzamam's gone for the big hoik to leg. The keeper couldn't get there. Snell did get there, but didn't really get himself right under the ball. He got the fingers to it. And down it goes. So he won't be feeling any better for that.
Umpire not interested. Inzamam could be run out. And Jonty Rhodes has demolished the stumps. And umpire Bucknor has given him out. The flying leap with Pike.
Well, it was going to require some brilliant fielding or some brilliant work in the field, and a better man you could not find than Jonty Rhodes. Inzamam was hit on the pads. He was looking for the single and lumbered down the wicket. Imran was never interested. Jonty Rhodes knew there was a chance, decided not to throw other than himself. He gets there first and wipes everything out. Umpire Steve Buckner, no hesitation, and that may well be the piece of fielding that South Africa needed. Pakistan 3 for 135.
Salim Malik comes in to join his captain Imran Khan. Touched and caught behind, and that's the wicket that South Africa really wanted. Imran Khan is gone, and that could well be the end of their charge.
The odds were always against Pakistan in this situation, but they were bringing them back into their favour until Jonty Rhodes turned it around, and Imran tried to hit this one into the middle of next week, and he manages to get a touch. That is a very important breakthrough for South Africa, and things looking a little bit sicker now for Pakistan at 4 for 136.
Wasim Akram, left-hander, and he can hit the ball a long way. Very good at reaching those, and Wasim Akram stumbling, but fortunately he just regains his feet in time to get home.
Wasim Akram was always heading off for 2, but with the ground so wet and his spikes probably filled up with black soil, he spun the wheels as he went to go for the second one. It was a great effort on his part to maintain his balance and still get some sort of traction to push him off.
Oh, that's a great shot. So they've got 6 off the first 2 balls, and that puts them ahead of the required rate of 2 per ball.
One of the advantages for Wasim Akram in this situation is that he bowls in a similar situation. He knows what it is that the bowler's trying to do. He wants to be full and he wants to be straight. So Wasim Akram has just edged himself away outside leg stump on both occasions.
That's well bowled, and Malik says no, no, and he misses. I think Malik was off balance. I think that's the reason why he said no, no. He was playing a rather awkward shot, and I don't think he was balanced enough to run.
Wasim Akram was certainly balanced enough. He was down there. Salim didn't want it again. The wheels have spun.
And he's got it into the gap in the outfield, so that means 2. But they really do need, well, they need to clear the boundary once or twice and hit the boundary once or twice. Something spectacular this over.
If they did clear the boundary a couple of times, it really would bring things back into Pakistan's favour.
And the man out at mid-wicket is under it and safely caught. So the full toss does the trick. Alan Donald is at mid-wicket, and that could well have been the slower ball from Adrian Caper, which Salim Malik mistimed.
Often in this situation, some of the bowlers' best balls get dispatched to the boundary. This wasn't Adrian Caper's best ball. It was a waist-high full toss. It was the slower ball. A little bit of baseball experience would have been handy for Salim Malik there. So he tried to hoik it away over left field. All he managed to do was to get it to the fielder on the boundary, Alan Donald. Another blow to Pakistan's hopes. 5 for 156.
Ijaz Ahmed has come to the crease. He'll be at the non-striker's end.
So Salim Malik trying to hit 1, 2 or over the boundary. Went for the slower ball, the waist-high full toss. The field well placed, and Alan Donald in the end taking quite a comfortable catch on the mid-wicket boundary.
And mid-on coming in. Richard Snell, he's already dropped one, but he gets this one. So Wasim Akram is out of the way, and Pakistan's hopes really dying on the vine.
So the last 2 dismissals have really put a dent in Pakistan's hopes now. Salim Malik was the first one to go. Adrian Caper, the bowler. Waist-high full toss, sometimes a good delivery in this situation. Alan Donald takes the catch there. Then Wasim Akram trying to clear the boundary. Adrian Caper bangs it in. Wasim Akram tried to get the elevation he needed, but he didn't get anywhere near the length. Richard Snell made a very comfortable effort of that one, having dropped a difficult chance earlier. He got into position quite well. Managed to take this one up in front of his face. He'd be a very relieved man to have put that one safely away. So 6 for 157, Pakistan. Moin Khan, the wicketkeeper.
He raced high full toss, and it hasn't quite done for Ijaz. Very good attempt there by Merrick Pringle, but it's just out of reach.
Well, it's at the stage of the game now where Pakistan have to throw everything at everything. Again, it was the waist high full toss. He didn't time it very well. Merrick Pringle, never really a chance, but he gave it everything he could.
And he won't get a chance this time as Jonty Rhodes going back, and well taken. He's covered some ground there. Covered about 20 or 30 metres going backwards. And he really is a live wire, Jonty Rhodes.
There was never any real danger once Jonty Rhodes got his eye and his mind set on taking that catch. He didn't want anyone else near it. He called for it. He took off for it. He's a fantastic athlete in the field, this man. Very well positioned, running sideways and not backwards so that he could maintain his balance. He hits the deck and he's on his feet before you can think about it. So Ijaz Ahmed has gone for 6, 7 for 163.
Mushtaq Ahmed.
It's a big step away for Moin Khan, trying to give himself some room and some leverage, but there's the suicide run, and that'll be the end of Moin Khan. He's run out for 5. So things now falling apart for Pakistan. It was always going to be an uphill battle. It's now become an impossible target.
You see, Mushtaq here actually backs away, and he takes on a single here, which is absolutely no chance. He's not even in the frame. He would never have got that single, and that is Pakistan almost right in the depths of despair.
Well, Pakistan made a great effort there, and they failed by only 21 runs to reach that final target score. This is their innings card. They've finished up with 8 for 173. The key partnership there was between Imran Khan and Inzamam-ul-Haq. 85 in 95 balls faced, and it was a terrific partnership, but they failed by 21 runs. The bowling figures for South Africa, well, they're almost academic, really, because it was the fielding backing up the bowling that made all the difference. Alan Donald bowled well when he came back from the Stanley Street end, none for 31 and none for 31 for Pringle. Maximum number of overs permitted to be bowled 7 once the rain interruption had occurred. 2 for 34 for McMillan. So Ian Chappell now is downstairs in the presentation area, and he's with the 2 captains and the player of the match.
Thank you very much, Richie. Well, making a triumphant return to the Gabba, Kepler Wessels played a lot of his cricket here. You must be delighted to get the 2 points and also the Benson Hedges cheque for $3,000, Kepler.
Thanks very much. Yes, it was a crunch game for us. We needed the 2 points, and you know, the rain intervened, which made it quite an exciting game. But we're very happy to have the 2 points.
Righto, you're on 6 now. You've got what, Zimbabwe, England, and India. You've probably got to get 2 wins out of those 3.
That's right. We need 2 more wins. We've got to win on Tuesday. We play Zimbabwe, and then try and win one of our last 2 games, and that should see us through.
Zimbabwe, I guess that'll be you know, a nice little local derby for you.
It is. They'll be motivated to beat us because there's nothing they'd like better than to do that. So we can't afford to take them lightly. They've been doing quite well. So we've really got to play well in that game.
All right. Congratulations on the win. And for Pakistan, Imran Khan, the captain, has been kind enough to come up and collect the $1,500 from Benson Hedges. Imran, when you get rain in a one-day match, it's always a bit of a lottery.
Yeah, well, especially with the new rule, I think that a team batting second really has not much of a chance. It's so heavily weighed in favor of the team batting first. We didn't know there was going to be rain, and I thought we were cruising at one stage. The wicket looked good, and you know, it was just unfortunate.
Yeah, obviously, if you had known about the weather forecast, you might have done something different to the toss.
I knew about the forecast. There was no rain according to the forecast we were told.
Yeah. All right, very disappointing, but I guess now it means you've got to win everything that comes along now.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, thank you very much, Imran. And man of the match, Benson Hedges World Cup medal winner, Andrew Hudson, and also a cheque there for $500, Andrew. Congratulations on the innings.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You got away to a nice start. A couple of boundaries off Wazimakram must have given you a bit of confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to hit a few off the middle of the bat early on, and you just obviously build from there. But
how difficult has it been making the change, Australia and New Zealand, the different conditions for a batsman?
I actually battled a lot in New Zealand, just because I was not timing it as well. But I seem to be playing better and better on the hard wickets, which are a lot like home. And I'm getting more confident, so let's hope I can get some more runs.
All right, congratulations on a good innings and well played.
Thank you very much.
All right, Richie, that's the man of the match ceremony. Back to you.
Thanks, Ian. Andrew Hudson, the man of the match there. And this is the Benson Hedges World Cup points table of 1992 after this weekend's matches. New Zealand on 10 because they beat West Indies at Eden Park, Auckland today. England on 7 with a game in hand. South Africa 6 after today's victory over Pakistan. And India 5 points from 5 games played. And for the moment from the Gabba, it's goodbye.